All right. Hi guys, welcome to 365 Days, 365 Concepts. The concept that we're going to study today is stock split. Now, it's a part of your equity syllabus. What do you mean by stock split? Before that, I have to take you guys to an analogy. What happens when you tear a piece of paper? Sir, it is broken down, it is split into multiple pieces of paper. Exactly like that, when you break down one share into multiple shares, that's what is called as a stock split. So if I were to go by definition, a stock split is when one share is split into multiple shares. So let's say, for example, there's a 2-for-1 split. What does that mean? One share is being split into two shares. 3-for-1 split. What does that mean? One share is being split or broken down into three shares. Similarly, 4-for-1 split. One share is being broken down into four shares, right? So that's what 4-for-1, 3-for-1, 2-for-1 stock split means. Now, what happens to share price as a result of stock split? I'll come to what happens or why is stock split done, but what happens to share price as a result of stock split? Let's discuss that. So let's say, for example, your company has done a 2-for-1 stock split, right? Now, your share price was rupees 1,000. Now, the stock price is going to fall by exactly half, which is to rupees 500 as a result of stock split. Why? Because one share is being broken down into two. That means this one share will become two. That means the share price will ultimately fall down to rupees 500. That is exactly half. Now, if there's a 3-for-1 stock split, let's say, for example, the stock price is rupees 1,000, right? Or if I were to take not 1,000, 1,200, what will happen to your stock price as a result of that? Your stock price will fall to rupees 400. That is one third as a result of 3-for-1 stock split. That is exactly by one third. In case of 2-for-1, exactly by one half. What happens to this as a result of shareholder wealth? Imagine the shareholder, let's say, for example, in a case of 2-for-1 split, was earlier holding 10 shares. Now, what happens as a result of 2-for-1 split? Sir, his 10 shares will become or will convert into how many shares? 20 shares. Why? Because one share is being broken down into two. Similarly, hence 10 shares will become how many shares? 20 shares. Earlier, the stock price was rupees 1,000. So his wealth was how much? Rupees 10,000. Now, what has happened to the stock price? Sir, it has fallen down to rupees 500. Then what happens to your wealth? Sir, my wealth remains the same. So as a result of stock split, your shareholders' wealth will always remain the same. It will not be affected at all. That's the second last point. And let's talk about the last point, that why exactly stock split is done. Let's take an example of Reliance, which is known and has done multiple stock split in its history. Now, why exactly stock split is done? As you can see, because of stock split, the price falls down. Now, as a company, I want my share to be accessible to a lot of people, to be accessible to small investors. What if the price keeps on rising? Sir, if the price keeps on rising, it will not be accessible to very small retail investor. Tomorrow, if the price goes to 3,000, what will happen? Sir, a retail investor probably will not be able to buy one share, right? Because he might just be saving 500 or 1,000 rupees per month, right? So how do I make my stock accessible, available to all the people at large, to small investors at large? What do? I do stock split. What happens in stock split? Sir, this price will fall down. As a result of price falling down, now let's say when the price become rupees 500, the shares become more accessible, and Reliance has been doing that for a long time, right? So that was your stock split. I hope you guys like